Hi guys, it's Sandy here. I thought I'd do a video and have you guys come and join me while I make a couple of embellishments. So these are the rosettes that I've been making. It's really cute, and I'm making these rosettes out of these cupcake liners that I had purchased from a party store. I've seen the pattern and I thought it was such a pretty pattern. It's got like a shabby theme pattern to the cupcakes, and I thought that'd make really cute embellishments. So these are what I've made, and I made a few, as you can see in here, and I think they'll be great to put on projects and to gift as Happy Mail. So I'm going to make a few of those. This particular cupcake size, once you make it out into a rosette, it's roughly about 2 inches. So obviously the bigger your cupcake liners, the larger your rosettes will be. So you will need to make these, you'll need some cupcake liners. You'll also need to a couple of your circle punches. Really, you don't really need 2 different sizes. I've just decided to do 2 different sizes. So you need to cut some out just out of cardstock or scrap paper, just for the backing of it, so you're not actually going to see that in your project anyway. So the paper circle punch that I use for that is it's a 1-inch circle punch, and then I also went along and punched out some smaller circle ones using the 5/8 of an inch circle punch. This is a Fisker paper punch. Again, you don't. That's optional. You don't have to make it that size. That's just for the centerpiece that's sitting in front of your rosette. Otherwise, you can still use that larger 1-inch circle, which is that one there. So just to compare the difference, that's really optional, up to you. So you'll need those. You'll also need your liquid glue or your hot glue gun, and to if you wanted to add some glitter like I have here around the edge, you'll need some glitter, which I have here. I've got some gold glitter and some glossy accent. The glossy accent is what I use to adhere the glitter with, because it dries quicker. You can still use liquid glue. It'll just take a little while longer to stick, and might take a few more hours to dry. So they're the rosettes that I'm going to make. And then I've also made these other cute sort of fan-shaped rosettes that I made using crepe paper, which are these ones, and these are also pretty easy to make. And this is another one that I've made, and I've added some gold glitter to the edge of that one as well. So this one here, you'll need some crepe paper, which is this one here that I've used. This one is about 2 inches wide. That's to make that size. So that, and just some scrap paper just for the centerpiece here, for the to hold the papers together. But we'll go ahead and make one of these first. So I'll take one out, and you need your 1-inch circle as well. Have that ready. So the first thing you want to do, there are other videos out there where they also show you how you can make these rosettes with these cupcake liners as well. But I thought I'd just come on here and show you how to make them as well. So what you want to do is just anywhere around the liner, you just want to cut along one of the folds right up to the circle base of the liner, and then we're just going to cut around that circle base and cut it out, because we don't need that circle bit at the bottom. So we'll just go around and cut that. And once you've got that all cut out, we don't need that now, we can throw that out. You just grab some of your liquid glue, and we are just going to apply a little bit of glue just into the belly fold of the one end of your liner. Just a little bit of glue to the belly fold, and then we'll just join that back up again. And you might want to just let that set for a couple of seconds. And once you've got that glued, you can use your hot glue gun for this next bit. I haven't got my glue gun on the heat setting, so I've just got this liquid glue. Just apply a good amount of the glue to the base of that 1-inch circle, and pop that down. Once that's ready, so what we want to do here is you want to, I'm just going to make sure that I'm in focus here. I'll move that to the side. You just want to push that down, and then we just want to bring the whole cupcake liner into the middle. I don't know if you can see that. Just like, you want to bring it all in the middle like that. And when you've got that, I just tend to pinch it in the middle like that and grab it and then place it right in the middle of that circle paper that we punched out with a paper punch, and then just press that down. And while that's still trying to set, that's why I prefer to use a liquid glue instead of the hot glue gun, because once you stuck that on with the glue gun, it's pretty much stuck on. Just turn it over, and then you just want to just move that a little bit and making sure that that circle is in the middle of your rosette, and you just want to play that around a little bit and bring that all in. I mean, the first couple of rosettes might take a bit of practice to get it right, but once you've done a couple of them, you'll get the hang of it. So that should do it. I'll just make sure again. See how that's not in the middle? You've still got time to quickly bring it over. So there we go. It might even be best to wait till your glue is a little bit tacky. So there, we've got it now. So it's nice and centered. And anyway, you're not actually going to see this back bit anyway, because this will usually be adhered down to your project. So there's your rosette done. And then what we'll do after that is grab that smaller piece, and that will be just to cover that bit in the middle. So we'll grab some glue, and I'll just apply a little bit to the back of the circle, and I'll just place that just like that and let that set. So there's your rosette, or paper liner rosette done. So I'll let that set, and I'll grab one that I've already glued in firmly. Now we're going to put the glitter around the edge of the rosette. So I'll grab my glitter. I've always said to myself, I hate to imagine if I spilled this whole container on the floor. Oh gee, my dog wouldn't be allowed in my craft room until it's all cleaned up. Okay, so with your glossy accent, which is this one here, they come in different sizes. So I've got the smaller one and the larger one. I'll just maybe use the smaller one. You're just going to apply some of your glossy accent just around the edge of your rosette. Not too much of the glossy accent, just a tiny bit, just to put around the edge. You don't want big blobs of the liquid around the edge, otherwise you'll have big blobs of glitter all over the edge and it won't look nice and pretty. So just quickly run that through just lightly, and then once you've got that, we're just going to dip it in the glitter just slightly, just going around just like that. I don't know if you can see that. Just give it a shake, and then you have it. I mean, there might be some parts where there isn't any glue. You can always go back and put a bit more glue, or you can just leave it. I tend to either leave it. I mean, if it's a lot of a gap, you can. I might just put a little bit more here, just a little bit, and just there. go back around, and that's it. And then just let it set to dry, and you'll have a nice embellishment ready for you to add to your project. So that's another one of mine done. So that's how I've done my rosettes using the cupcake liners. And now to make these ones here, we'll go and grab some of the crepe paper, which is this one, and you just want to cut your strip of crepe paper at about approximately 6 inches in length. So I've cut a few, but I'll just cut one. So you'll just need one of those cut at about 6 inches, and then you will also need just some scrap paper or whatever you have lying around. You just want to cut a strip of it about 1/8 of an inch wide. Just cut that up just like that. You only need about 1/8 of an inch and about an inch in length. Okay, so with this one, all you got to do is just accordion fold your crepe paper back and forth, back and forth. So I would do it about 1/8 of an inch, or a little bit wider than 1/8 of an inch. And then I'll go forward first, and then I'll work myself. I'll go back, forward, and just keep going till you get to the very end. Again, this can be a little bit tedious in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, you'll go into a rhythm, and it's actually not as tedious as it looks. So just keep going until you get to the end. And then once you've got all that all folded up like that, you grab your little strip here. You're going to place that in the center, and we're just going to bring that back around and sort of wrap it around, and then we'll get some glue and apply the glue to the end of that little center piece. Again, if you have your hot glue gun, it's probably quicker, it will just adhere instantly, but I'll just use this, and then just join it together like that, making sure that that band is actually right in the middle, because you really need that to be in the middle. I'll just tuck that in and let that sit for a few seconds. Then I'll just cut that excess bit off. Don't need that. I'm hoping that should set. Alright, so once that's set, you just fan out the edge, just gently, because it's crepe paper, you don't want it to tear. So just fan it out, separating all the pleats that you've folded, and then the same to the other side. Just keep going along until it all sort of loosely comes apart. And then what I do next is I just pinch the centerpiece like that to flatten it, and just keep going around. And eventually you'll have it looking a bit like a rosette. And that's how it should look. That's why it's important to have it in the middle, so that they line up. But again, it doesn't matter if it's not quite centered, because what you're going to do next is you're going to bring this side out again now, and then just sort of gently push them back in a little bit together, and the same with this side, just gently, to create that sort of a fan look on each side, so it looks like a bow. Just like that. So again, just like that one there. And then once you've created that bow look, just grab your glossy accent again, and we'll just apply some of the glossy accent to the edge of your crepe paper, just lightly, working your way around. And just keep going, and then same with the other side. Again, you don't have to use any glitter if you don't want to, but I just thought with the glitter it just gives it a bit more sparkle to the embellishment. So just dip that in the glitter, and the same with the other side. And there you have your embellished crepe paper rosette. I guess it's a rosette or a bow shaped. So they're my little projects that I'm making as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little fun tutorial and create something similar to these as well. And I'm just going to continue making these, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.